So let's just get started into the video. Let's just get started with the video. Hey guys, it's me, Simona, and today I am back with a book recommendation video. The first thing anyone ever says to me when I say I love reading is, oh, what are some good books I should check out? Can you recommend me some? And things like that. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today for you guys. I have a big pile of books over here that I think you guys should check out. So I'll be talking about them, telling you a bit about why I love them and why I think you'll love them too. And basically, let's just get right into it. So the first book I'm going to be talking about is The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. This is a mystery thriller book that follows the life of our main character, Anna Fox, who, because of a mental disorder, has a lot of trouble leaving her house, so she spends most of her time at home, and some of her hobbies are drinking wine, watching old movies, photography, and occasionally spying on the neighbors. So a new family moves in across the street from Anna, and she becomes really obsessed with them because they basically seem perfect, their house is gorgeous, and soon they're the only family she really spies on, whereas before she used to spy on all the neighbors on her street. So one night she's spying on them as usual, drinking her wine, and she sees something that she definitely should not have seen, but she doesn't really know what to do about it because she can't report it to the police or anything like that because she can't explain why she was spying on them. After she sees that though, a lot of these secrets start to come out and her life basically starts to crumble. She doesn't know what's real or what's fake anymore, and this book basically follows that. It follows Anna's life. It follows what happened after she saw this messed up thing happen in her neighbor's house. This book is amazing. I read it in one day. I really think you guys will love it if you love mysteries or thrillers. And the end is so crazy. You will definitely not be able to predict it. I was like blown away. I was sure I had it figured out, and then I definitely didn't. So check this out. It's so great, and I just can't say enough about this book. Read it. It's amazing. The next book I have is The Silent Wife by A.S.A. Harrison. This is an amazing mystery thriller book. It follows the life of our couple, Jody and Todd, who live in Chicago. They have a beautiful waterfront condo. Upon a first look, they seem like a perfect couple, but lately their relationship has been in a horrible place. Todd is actually cheating on Jody, and he kind of lives a dual life with Jody and then with his mistress. And Jody's the kind of woman who hates confrontation, but at the same time is a absolute control freak, which in this situation is a recipe for disaster. She wants him to come clean without her having to confront him, but he's not willing to do that. So this book follows all the sly and tricky things she does to kind of mess with him and to try to convince him to just tell her what he's been doing, which he does not want to do. So slowly throughout the course of this book, she becomes more and more enraged with Todd, and then a lot of bad stuff happened. So a really quick read. It's told in dual voices, so Jody will tell one chapter and Todd will tell the other, which is absolutely necessary for a book like this. Definitely check it out if you love a thriller, if you love a good fast read, if you love an unexpected ending. You should really read this book. The next book I have is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. If you watched my intro video, you would know I really like Paula Hawkins' writing style. And this particular book follows our main character, Rachel, who commutes to work every single day via train. And on her way to work and also on her way home, she likes to watch this one couple you could see from the train. She soon becomes pretty obsessed with them because they seem like the perfect couple. They have a big, beautiful house. They're both very good looking. And everything about their relationship to Rachel is very reminiscent of her last relationship, which she's since gotten out of. And one day on her way to work, she sees something happen at these people's house, and it drives her insane because she's so obsessed with them. So she doesn't really know what to do. She can't really report it to the police because she's obviously a really unreliable source, because why the hell is she just spying on them? And this book is very, very twisted as well. A lot of things happen that you would not expect, as should be in any mystery book. Again, it's a really unforeseeable ending, which to me, the worst thing in any mystery book is when you figure out the ending before it's revealed. Those are the kind of books I hate, obviously. You want to be surprised by the ending, and this is a book that will definitely surprise you in the end. It's really great. You should check it out. The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. The next book I have is The Girl Before by J.P. Delaney. This is one of the other authors I talked about in my intro video if you watched that. This book is a psychological thriller, and it looks into the lives of two women, Emma and Jane, and both of them have had something really horrible happen in their lives. So Emma suffers a horrible break-in, and after that she obviously feels the need to move somewhere where she feels more secure and safe. So her realtor shows her this big, beautiful architectural masterpiece at a very affordable price located at 1 Folgate Street. And the reason why the house is so affordable is because it comes with a long list of rules that you have to follow if you live there. For example, it can't be cluttered, you can't bring in new furniture, you can't have like books. It kind of forces you to have a minimalistic lifestyle, which is meant to improve the way you live. And after suffering something so horrible, Emma is really excited to have a fresh new start and be able to live her life differently. So she moves in. Then Jane, our second main character, is also in a really bad place in her life because she had a stillbirth. So she wants to move from her apartment, which reminds her obviously of the child she lost. So her realtor shows her 1 Folgate Street. She moves in once again, enticed by the whole idea of this house changing her life, and slowly she realizes that the previous tenant died there. So she becomes really obsessed with the idea and wants to know what happened, as anyone would if you find out someone died in your house. And this book kind of looks into how she figures out what happened and how the two women's lives are actually very, very similar. So you should definitely check this book out if you love a psychological thriller, if you love something dark and twisted. I should also mention that this is another book written in the alternating narrators, so we have Emma and Jane both narrating. You should really, really check this out. Awesome book. The next book I have is not one I have here with me, but I will be talking about it, and that would be the Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown, which is about a murder which happens in the Louvre, and Robert Langton, a Harvard symbologist, is called to the scene because the murderer has left behind some really cryptic kind of clues, and the French police believes if anyone can get to the bottom of it, it's this famous symbologist. So he gets there and he has a look around and he realizes that whoever this murderer is has come for a really good reason to murder this person. So throughout the Da Vinci Code, Robert Langton, alongside the French police, is trying to get to the bottom of this mystery and to find the murderer, basically. I love that that book has a lot to do with like famous historical art pieces, a lot about religion, and I also really like the French aspect of it because obviously the whole thing takes place in France. I really recommend that book. It is actually one of my favorite books of all time, and the only reason I don't have the copy is because I lent it to a friend of mine. The next book I'll be talking about is actually the prequel to the Da Vinci Code, and that's Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. This book also features our main character, Robert Langton, and he's called to the scene of another murder when a famous physicist is found dead with a symbol embossed in his chest. After investigating and analyzing the body, Robert Langton realizes that the symbol on this physicist's chest is the Illuminati. So, alongside the Italian police this time, Robert Langton is trying to get to the bottom of this. He needs to find out why the Illuminati is involved and what's going on, because as most people believe, the Illuminati wasn't around anymore. I really think you'll enjoy this book if you're into science-y stuff, if you're into religion, if you love Italy, which this book definitely made me love. So another great book to read. Now, if you're wondering whether or not you should read both of them, if you're someone who really does not enjoy the arts, maybe you will not enjoy the Da Vinci Code as much, but you will definitely love this one if you're into the sciences. So this is more sciencey, and the Da Vinci Code is definitely more like about art. So that's, once again, Angels and Demons by Dan Brown and the Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. Now, a complete switch up from the books I've been talking about so far. The next book is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This book is amazing. It's a classic. In fact, on the cover it's described as an international best-selling phenomenon. I think that this is an amazing summer read. It follows the life of our main character, Santiago, who's traveling from his homeland in Spain to the pyramids to uncover a treasure. And on his way there, he meets all these really unique and kind of weird people, which tell him a lot of advice about his life and about his adventure. And what I really like about this book is how it's written in a very casual and like story, like fairy tale kind of narration, but the lessons which these people he meets give to him are very real and like relevant to, you know, real life. So that's what I really enjoyed about this book. It's a phenomenal read, and I definitely think you should read it if you haven't read it yet. Very great book. So once again, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. The next books I have are actually a bit of an obvious recommendation, and that's Harry Potter. If you haven't read the Harry Potter books, then you should definitely read it. And the reason I put them in this video is because I feel like a lot of people think that they're for kids and that if they haven't read them by a certain age, then there's no point in reading them. But I actually completely disagree. As I said in my August to be read video, I'm reading them right now because a friend told me I should. And recommended them to me basically, and I've really enjoyed them so far. I think that despite most people thinking that there's an age limit to when you can read them, they're actually a good read at any age, and there is a lot of like hidden adult jokes and stuff in these texts, so it's not like you'll find it boring, and they're very like fun and witty little reads. So definitely check it out if you haven't, and don't feel like you're too old if you haven't read them by now. So I really hope that you enjoyed this book recommendations video. Please comment down below and let me know if you've read any of these books or if you're going to be reading them, and what your thoughts are on them if you have read them. And also please leave any suggestions down below as well, and I'll be sure to check those out. That could be book suggestions or video suggestions that you want to see from me. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I also hope that you're having a great day. So thanks so much for watching.